Hello, LG, and welcome to our town hall meeting with the some commissioners, some bogs. This is for PSN and Xbox. Glad you all could join us on this wonderful Friday night. Friday night, spending the night at home doing a little show. Apologies, give me one sec. Along with me, I've got 3 other staff members. Technically, 2 in the PSN, 1 from Xbox. We'll start with the most irrelevant one, Dunks, our head BOG. Dunks, how are you doing this evening?
Hi, I feel great. But as far as the irrelevancy goes, I think Jake takes the cake on that one.
That's true. I actually meant to say Philly fan. I don't know how you got the two mixed up.
Yeah, I'm way better looking.
Next up, we've got a bog from the PSN. He's not showing his beautiful face because he doesn't want to break the internet. But it is Shen. Is that what it was?
Yes, that is correct.
Shen, how are you doing this evening, sir? What time is it right now? Are you
right now it's currently 2 a.m. My cat is looking at me like I should be in bed. But this is important, so I figured I'd stay up.
It's important. I appreciate it. That's good dedication. Maybe you could teach these other 2 a thing or 2, you know? So that's good to hear. Last up, and obviously I saved the worst for last. We've got Philly fan, my deputy commissioner. Philly, how you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Is that all? That's all we get out of Philly. All right. Thank you for having me. Stay woke. First things first, made a post a little while ago, and it was the announcement on our staff setup, our new structure as far as how staff goes. This was to have things flow a little bit better and have both sides have equal attention, because we saw the PSN have a horrible breakdown. It was tragic, I guess is the way to put it. And we knew there had to be a remake in the system, so we did so. And now moving forward, I'm still commissioner of both, but Philly fan is now deputy of both, and we have a league director for each league. League director for PSN is JLM, John, great guy. Like John, I've been talking to him for a little while now, and I'm sure Philly has a lot of good things to say about John. But the PSN's been put in good hands. Got a new whole staff team over there. As far as the Xbox side goes, pretty much the same old bullshit, same old drama. We love it. But our league director is a new staff member. It is Nubsy, our owner for 3 seasons, I believe. Nubsy did it for. Nubsy did a great job as owner, and we felt it would transition well to being the owner of the league, directing the owners on how to do things. And so far, so good. Nubsy's been doing a great job, so good things happening there. And as of now, we only have a PA for the Xbox. PlayStation, we'll get there. Not something that's the urgent matter, but the PA for the Xbox is Trey, moved from vice president to president, and we've got Sunderland's ex-owner, Betetto, taking over the VP spot. Dunks, any kind of information you'd like to pass on to everyone as the head BOG?
Well, Nubsy mainly got the opportunity to do this because of equal opportunity employment. You know, he's handicapped as much as we love him. Not a whole lot really going on. I'm here. If anybody has any questions, you can put it in the YouTube chat, and I will answer them. That's mainly my job today. So,
all right, sounds good. Yeah, and you know, Nubsy's main point is to help out the league day to day. I'm not always available, so it's good to have Nubsy there, and then JLM on the other side. So their main jobs as directors, owners, managers go to him. You know, things would get lost when it would go to Philly and sometimes me, and then we'd be asking each other, and just it's a whole mess. So now that we have a director for each league, things should run a little bit smoothly now, and management should definitely get the answers that they are looking for. Next up on the topic here, and we will stop at any time if we have a question that pops up, is the PSN has a few questions on the money system. Philly, I believe you wanted to take the run on this one?
Well, I mean, you know, I think they're getting sick of hearing about the money system from me, Chris. So maybe you can explain it in terms of general how it works, and touch on if anything's going to change with the numbers and with now playoffs coming into play.
I mean, it's pretty simple. It seems like people really overthink it, and the first season we ran it, a lot of the Xbox owners got confused with it, and when I said it a second time, for some reason it stuck to them. But it's plain and simple. We give you $40 million. The league hands you $40 million. Spend it how you like. But if you spend $20 million, you have $20 million left. If, for instance, you spend $5 million on me, which is, pretty cheap, you'd be lucky to. If you would plan then to trade me, you wouldn't get that money back. It's like taking $20 and going out and getting something to eat, spending $12 at dinner. You don't get the $12 dinner if you throw it up. Well, maybe if you do, if you have food poisoning, but you don't get the $12 back after eating dinner. It's gone. You spent it, it's gone. It's like having money in your pocket. You spend it, it's gone. You're not getting it back. So that's one way to look at it. How you get money back is transfers, trading with other teams, end season standings, and we also are working on our constitution to add more money allocation based on other things now, because the MLS. Spoiler for future of the show. With the MLS, we're going to have the U.S. Open Cup, not for PSN, or I'm not sure if we're doing it for either, actually, but it's a discussion right now. We're going to have a regular season standings at the end, and we're also going to have playoffs at the end of the season. So if you win the playoffs, you get extra money allocated. If you win, just like our old setup, the EPL was... It was regular season standings and then FA Cup winners. And the FA Cup winner, I think, got $4 million. And then it says in the Constitution. So it's basically how you get your money back. New teams get a clean reset to $40 million. And some people made the argument, well, that's not fair. Why wouldn't I just take a reset every season? Well, the reason for that is if you reset, you don't get re-signs. And you don't get any returning contracts to re-sign or players under multi-season. So after your first season, you want to utilize the contracts we give you. Put people on 2-year deals, 3-year deals. That way you're not keep spending money every bidding. You should be going into your next bidding only having to get a couple players, not a full team. Some people may have to get a full team if they trade all their multi-season contracts away, but that's basically how I have to explain it, Philly. I'm not sure for anything else there.
No, I just thought it might be useful for them to hear it from another voice that wasn't me.
Okay. Yeah. Good. So a little spoiler, as I mentioned there, we're moving to the MLS. That was one of our big decisions. And I don't want to go too much into detail because nothing has been set in stone, but it's been some good discussions, and Philly might be able to shed a little more light onto it. But based on what's been going on behind the scenes, we felt it was appropriate to go to the MLS. It makes more sense to what we want to do in the future, and it's pretty obvious to any of those that do play in the FIFA League what we're working on. But as of right now, we just want to be able to establish that we primarily focus on MLS and North America. That's what we want to be. So, Philly, shed any light on that if you would like to.
So, and this, I guess, will be the first time we've officially said this. What we are attempting to do is to establish a partnership with MLS. And one of the things that we've been able to do through that we know is actually get in touch with 2 or 3 MLS teams and work very closely with one of them on establishing a partnership. So hopefully within the next couple of weeks, we'll be able to tell you more about that. But that's essentially why we made the move to MLS, because we couldn't go to an MLS team and say, hey, partner with us when we're not even using their league as our teams.
Correct. Like I said, it's right now it's a behind the scenes kind of work, but based on what I've seen so far, it's good stuff. It's something that it's unfamiliar territory that we're going into, and thankfully Philly has some pretty good connections that will hopefully help us land some big opportunities here for the LGFA and for the future. Philly, you had something here about the U.S. Open Cup update?
But you touched on that. It's essentially just, wanted to let everybody know that it's still basically the FA Cup with just a different name.
Correct. Yeah. To more so work in with what we're doing now with the MLS. Playoffs. Oh, playoffs. That's actually a big one. We are actually now with a playoff. MLS sort of is like hockey, but not really. It's Americanized. So, there's a playoff at the end of the season to determine your official league winner. And the way we're looking to do it for Xbox, at least based on our numbers, we'd like to see PSN get here, and I'm sure they will. We've got a lot of good guys working hard over there. So our projected is normal 12 owners on Xbox. So if we do that, it would be 6-6 in a conference, and it would be everyone makes playoffs. Everyone plays each other still. Conference are just more so of like the standings. So I guess you could call it more of like a division, but they are conferences East and West, and all 6 teams make it in. That was kind of what Philly and I had planned. Top 2 teams get a bye. First round, it will be 3-6 and 4-5 leg on a Sunday, and then Monday it gets reseeded that the lowest seed plays number 1 and 2 plays the other team. Another leg on Monday, Tuesday another leg, Wednesday 1 game, final, done. This kind of works out nicely throughout our schedule, Sunday through Wednesday, and it's pretty exciting. Playoffs are fun. It's nice to be able to do playoffs in 1 week as well, rather than drag it out weeks, and get it all done in one effort throughout the week. Philly, any comments on the playoffs? Anybody?
Yeah, I just want to point out the one difference that we're going to have that MLS does that we're not going to do is our 4-5, 3-6 matchups are not going to be a single game knockout. They're going to be legs.
Yes, they do run single game knockouts in the first round with the MLS, but based on our league and just to have people get on for 1 game, especially in the first round, is a little bit of a task to ask any team to do. So doing legs better fits our schedule, and we're still going to be short 1 game that week because Wednesday's only going to be 1 game for the finals. So I have a question here actually, Philly. Golski wants to know where's the earrings. Do you have any comments?
I was hoping you weren't going to touch that. The earrings are back home in DC, and they did not make the trip to Florida, unfortunately.
Oh, don't worry. I'll pick them up whenever I come visit.
I was going to say Dunks could ship them for you. No sweat. Easy. Problem solved.
Okay. They really don't need to be shipped, guys. It's perfectly okay.
Mother is rolling over in her grave. She's fucking pissed.
Everything goes well here with the person I'm seeing soon. Hopefully, I'll be able to give it to somebody.
Oh no! Let's not get into that. Relationships are not meant for the LGFA town hall meeting. So let's get out of this mess. Shen, didn't hear too much from you, man. Just want to talk to you about being a bog. What are some? I guess what I'm more so wanting to ask you is what are some things you'd like to see done differently about the PSN? The obvious answer for most people is going to be, not have what repeated last season or previous seasons. What are your big, long-time or short-term goals right now?
Mainly just to get the user base growing, to get the ball rolling in that regard, and so every season it's not a 2, 3, 4 month off season, because that was kind of a pain in the ass. Pardon that. It was quite annoying, and it was killing any momentum from season to season. So I'm hoping to help the league grow, advertise it a bit more between some sites I used to use, VFL, VPG, stuff like that, and just stuff like that.
Numbers. That's a good goal. That's a goal that we still have. And we're entering our 11th season. So yeah, and the breaks had a lot to do with the upper management. I put my trust into the wrong people. So hopefully now that it's done and PSN will be legitimate now. So that's our main goal right now with PSN. Dunks got the same bog staff back. Any kind of promises? Yeah, fantastic. Everyone loves Frog Bog and the liberal artist known as Jay's Ways.
Yeah. What am I? I wonder.
What are you?
Somebody calls me dickhead, Dunks.
There's words for you that by the code of conduct on LG I cannot say on this show. Sorry.
Good lord.
Ouch.
Assholes. That's what these people are.
But so
well-
anyways, same staff team back. What do you guys have planned for this season? Anything to improve on? Anything different?
Yeah, lots of trade reversals. We're gonna be doing that a lot. Shout out Soccer SM. But I'll be honest. I have a terrible bedside manner, so I'm gonna work on that. Dealing with people this season. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't lagging. Sorry about that. Work on my bedside manner. We want to get things done in a more timely manner. Turning, correct?
Turning.
Returning. We are not having blind bids this season.
Well, that's what I was going to next direct my question into. There's or topic, I guess. We have discussed. We want to have a draft because the MLS has a draft, so why not? It gives draft picks as an option for owners to trade. Yeah, it gives another level of depth and I guess another aspect to the LGFA when we add draft picks now. So with that in mind, our rough idea right now is that if you've played less than 15 games, at least Xbox, PSN may be different. If you played less than 15 games, you're a prospect. You can play, but you cannot. You have to go through the draft. Like you can't play and then be re-signed and re-signed. You have to. You can play if you sign up late or through the season or even during bidding or after the draft. But the next time a draft happens, you have to go through it. It's more sort of, add a little bit more excitement, especially with us that when we don't have such a big user base, it adds much more potential for the new guys to come in and be a part of that draft and make a little bit of a unique experience. Dunks, I don't know if you care to bring shed any light onto this topic here.
Well, I'll be honest. Us as Bogs are pretty happy that we won't have to deal with blind bids anymore. But I like the idea of the draft. Right now, what's up in the air is what we are going to do in regards to players who sign up late. There's been talks of random assignments. I'm not for that, really, I'll be honest, because it's just way too easy to get a good player. Even if it is... What the idea we have right now, basically, is if somebody signs up late, they're able to play, I believe we agreed on 1/3 of the total games in a season. So we have 6 to 7 weeks, 8 games a week. So 42 divided by 3, whatever the hell that number is, would be the max amount of games. If that player gets traded off your TC, and they're only TC eligible, they cannot be called up to your roster. So if that player gets traded from your TC to another, and that player's already played his max games for the season, tough. He can't play any more games. You screwed up. That's kind of what we're looking at right now. It's totally up for discussion. If anybody has any ideas that they'd like to pass on to us, by all means, message me, Bryson, or Philly, and we'll hear you out. But that's what we're leaning towards right now, and I kind of like the idea, to be honest. So hopefully this works out, and it's a little bit better of a system than what we had working in the past.
Correct. Yeah, it's try something new. That's the whole point of the MLS move and look towards new ideas. So yeah, I think we've pretty much touched base on everything. 20 minutes is pretty good, guys. Philly, do we have any questions lingering around? Anything to answer?
Let's see what we got here. I know some PSN questions that have come up that maybe you want to tackle. How do we ensure that the last place team doesn't get screwed in the allocation system?
How would they have gotten screwed in the past?
Well, no,
So
they're
the
saying,
PSN
so remember, this is the first.
Okay, right. Well, here's the thing: is that the way that's set up is that the first place team gets like it's in Xbox. It's a bigger difference because 1 to 12 is different than 1 to 6. I'm gonna be honest. If Dunks can remember, 1 to 6 may only be 3 million difference.
Sixth place gets 1.5 million.
So
Huh?
what's the difference between first and third and sixth?
First and sixth
About
would be
3.5.
3 million. Because we did 500K intervals.
Correct. That's kind of what I was thinking. So, you know, for an extra 3 million, you know, isn't going to really make a difference, you know?
One player.
Right. Yeah, it's one average player if you kind of think about it. You know, we also allocate money to teams that don't forfeit. So that's another thing. You know, if your team's terrible, that's one thing. But make sure they show up, because if you show up all season, don't have one forfeit, because we check on it at the end of the season, we actually throw an extra $4 million bonus in there for doing your job, basically.
Pretty much it, yeah.
Philly, anything else?
Coming around, 2 season commitments, will that be brought into PlayStation?
Repeat that question, please.
Will 2 season commitments as an owner eventually make their way to PlayStation?
Absolutely, yeah. It ensures that when owners are doing their jobs throughout a season, they kind of feel a little bit more accountable. They do, they take their job a little more serious. You know, they don't go one season and go, well, fuck it, I'm just going to trade all my friends to good teams so they can win. You know, maybe win a title. You know what I mean? Even though we do look into that stuff, and as staff, we have the right to reverse trades that may ruin the integrity of the league. But
Shout out Soccer SM10.
man, soccer getting some real shade right now. Yeah, that's basically it on that one.
The PSN guys have floated around is the potential. So sorry, I'm trying to figure out where I was going. You guys completely baffled me with the soccer SM shade. Did not expect that.
That stunks. He's not really here to help. He's here to throw shade at everybody.
I see
Yeah.
that. In terms of the money system in PSN, some of the guys were curious about, if this is our first season under this money system, if we will, if everything goes to hell, look into possibly resetting for next season.
Absolutely. We did it with Xbox. But I'm going to be honest. If someone trashes their team and just goes, oh, Bryson will reset it or Philly will reset it, no, we won't. So try and take it serious. Yeah, and if you got questions, ask them. You know what I mean? We're taking the time to do a show on a Friday night, and we're going to constantly, try and train you guys to understand what we're doing here. It's pretty straightforward. It's not a salary cap; it's money. So, don't get me wrong. If we see numerous issues that could ruin the league, yeah, of course we're going to reset it. That's why we leave that rule in there that when things need to be corrected, as staff, we need to step in and make decisions for the better of the league. So, yeah, absolutely. That definitely could be a possibility if things don't work out well.
This question comes from a PSN user. I'm not going to reveal his name, but they want to know what your thoughts on Youssef are.
Thoughts on Youssef? Youssef, I haven't got to talk to too much, and as a commissioner, I don't bash people, so that's kind of a ridiculous question to ask. However, Youssef is a very he's got a lot of I'm trying to think how I want to put this. He's got a lot of mixed feelings, I guess, more negative than positive. But the man definitely cares about the league, and I appreciate him for that. It's awesome to see someone that does care so much and wants to see the league do well. I think he's a misunderstood person. I think Youssef will find his place very soon in the PSN.
What are your plans and advice to getting people to sign up for PSN?
Advice to getting people to sign up? Like, in what way?
We got a lot of people trying to recruit. Anything you would say to them to try to help them out?
For people trying to get other people, or for me, a message from me to say to new
people trying. Well, both. We'll do both.
Okay. All right.
What would you say to people who are considering, and then people, who are trying to get others to sign up?
Well, one thing to look at is look at our Xbox LGFA. Our numbers aren't as high as we'd like it to be, and it's an unfortunate part of our league, and there's many reasons for that. But one thing I'll admit is that we have progressively gotten better throughout the seasons. There's no doubt about that. We started off with high numbers, but we got rid of a lot of the unnecessary crap and sort of formed our own community. And it's nice. It is nice. I'll be honest with you. There's some days I think, man, I would love to have 20 teams in the league, or man, I would love to be able to add a second league. And we did do that for a season. But, when it comes down to it, last season, really, we had a lot of complaints. We had a lot of things to go through, but we really didn't have anyone really quit. I think we had one, and it was right at the start of the season. I'm not sure if there was any mid-season. I don't recall. Maybe one, but, it was a pretty smooth season for the most part. So I guess my thing to new users is that have faith in us. We recognize that I dropped the bomb hard on PSN. I clearly did not give it the focus I should have and the attention. I thought everything was under control, and I won't let that mistake happen again. So I definitely want to see PSN do well, without a doubt. If anything, if PSN does better than Xbox, I'll be just as happy as Xbox doing well. It doesn't matter. I just want to see FIFA on LG because the website has a lot of potential, and it makes managers' jobs easy. It's much easier than any other website you'd be a manager on, unless they just make you do less work. But we try to make the job easier. And as for people that are trying to get other people to sign up, talk to them. Don't just blast message and be a robot. Kind of take each person seriously, because one of my most recognizable people I ever picked up, and it's just more so based on the situation, is I was playing a drop in. On the Xbox side, a lot of people know Psych Smoke Barbecue. Generally a nice guy. Does a nice. He doesn't even really play in the league anymore, but he's in the chat box. He's always directing people where to go. He could be a staff member that doesn't even play, and I would offer him that position. But he's too busy with life. But Smoke played a random drop in, talked to him, and we talked about. We were coincidentally from the same state, and actually pretty nearby in the same state alone. We got to talking about the leagues. I told him I was a commissioner, and we got to talk for a little while about it. And it got him not only involved in my league, but FIFA in general. And he got pretty involved with the FIFA scene of leagues and stuff. So take each person at a time. Take as much time as you need to get them to understand what the purpose of a league and the all the fun it can hold if it's done properly.
Good answer. Here's a funny one. Delano would like to know if you can eat 2 whole large pizzas on stream, Chris.
I can't even. I'll be honest. I have when my buddy comes over this, and I know it's a fat joke, and it's funny. Yeah, I'm a big person, but come on, Dunks. Dunks and I were in Vegas last year, and we went to buffets, and my buffet consisted of 12 shrimp cocktails and a mimosa. That's not much to fucking eat, I don't really eat much. I get all my calories in my alcohol, so No, to answer his question, in a pizza, 3 slices at best, and I'm feeling like I'm gonna die.
Really?
Jeez,
that's it?
Weak sauce.
3?
What's that?
Are you fucking?
That's unless I'm drinking. That's that helps it go. It makes it go down easier.
I think you could do 5. I think you're holding back.
I could.
We know, Josh.
I can do 5. You can do 5.
I can, but yeah. Any
Jeff,
other
don't
questions?
you have like a colostomy bag or something? That's why
I see a question here that you missed from Money. Why is Klepto owning, and why did you let him take DC United Philly? Well, to answer your question, Philly does not make those decisions. That is our league director. So you want to yell at Nubsy, spam his inbox. He needs to be told he messed up. How dare he give Klepto, our longest tenure owner that we've had, No, you know what? Klepto is pretty much guaranteed the spot based on his commitment that he's shown here throughout the seasons. We would have shown the same kind of treatment towards Potato or Nubsy or any of those other guys would have came back as owner. It's just another one way that we can try and reward those that help us out and commit to the league to make it a better place.
Everyone's quick to jump on Klepto, but you know what? He had a bottom of the table team last season, and I think he forfeited maybe once. And that speaks volumes. That speaks volumes to yourself as an owner and as a committed person to LG, and that's something that we recognize and we're going to reward. If people put in owner applications and then they revoke them because they didn't get the kits they want, those aren't the type of people we're going to reward, and I'll say that right now. So anybody who wants to act that way, shout out someone in particular, and I'm not going to say their name. That's just how it is. We don't have time for bullshit like that. We're trying to run a league here, and if you want to act childish and be a troll, by all means, go ahead, but don't expect any extra help from us or us to go the extra mile for you if you're just going to troll us. That's the bottom line.
On that
Shout out
note,
Klepto. Love that guy.
It's worth kits you want this season doesn't mean it couldn't happen down the road.
What's that?
Because you didn't get the kits you may want this season doesn't mean you're never going to get those kits.
Correct. Absolutely. Of course. Yeah.
Kit, you need to reconsider whether or not this is right for you.
Right. There's more drive to than kits. Any other questions, Philly?
Josh, how do you feel about your Sens right now?
I'll stab you in the neck. I will.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't disrespect my team. Okay? Okay. We're still up 2-1 in the series. That's all that matters.
Not when the time this buzzer goes off.
It's 2-0. That's the most dangerous lead in hockey. You shut your lips.
It is true.
3-0.
It is not 3-0.
You guys just scored an own goal.
We can barely hear Philly, and he's trying to banter. Unlucky.
Oh, yep, there it is. 3-0. I'm watching it right here on my phone.
You scored it.
Philly, do we have any other questions, man? I feel bad letting our man here stay up at 2:30 in the morning to do a show.
Fine. I messed up my sleep pattern last season as well. The games were like 20 to 3 in the morning. And I talked my Dutch friend into joining with me, so he's an hour ahead of me as well.
Wow.
No one on our staff sleeps. It's incredible. We even have like legitimate reasons why half the people on our staff don't sleep.
I sleep pretty well, actually.
I sleep like a
PSN side. You're weak, so of course you sleep.
Well, no, it's called the mute button. Don't disturb me during my sleep if you want the best for me.
I have Frogbog to take care of things in the wee hours of the night, so.
I was asleep because you blow up my phone at night, Jake.
Yeah.
My phone just keeps vibrating all through the night.
I like it.
To be fair,
he's starting to get it. He's starting to understand.
Your fault. It was your fault for turning me on the Epic Sax guy. That one was on you.
So you decide to blow my phone up at nights?
Yes, like I do everybody else. Ask Chris. He gets called at 3 in the morning.
That has bloody days now. I know you're busy.
Just remember that. About 11, 10 o'clock your time is a good time to start messaging Philly fan.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, unfortunately, unlike the rest of you, I have my chats muted like Chris.
Well, if you message enough, they'll get through.
Okay, Chris. Just remember, if I get woken up, guess who's getting woken up next?
It won't happen. I can sleep through a war, to be honest. Next up, we've got one more question. Unless anyone else has something. Money wants to know do we have 12 owners yet? Wish we had our league director here, but he's celebrating his birthday. So happy birthday to Nubsy. A big shout out to him. We do not. We actually had a lot of owners drop out this season. I think we have maybe 5 or 6 returning. Got a couple applications in. We're going to hit 12. I'm pretty confident in that. I'm not too concerned. Money, I know you're thinking about doing ownership, my man. Love to have you, dude. It was great. I had fun playing with you when we were doing the E-League thing, sort of. So, would like you to consider it, dude. Hit me up if you want to talk about it. But yeah, still taking ownership applications. Staff were pretty much booked. Players Association, we can add in some PA reps. That is up to Mr. Trey, our Players Association president. They'll be looking to run an all-star game this year. Training camp games, hopefully this is for Xbox. So that's the perks to being a PA. You kind of get to do those kind of things. For anyone on the PSN that would be interested in doing those kind of activities, that would be nice to see those kind of things added. One thing that's very important I want everyone to keep an eye out for too is that we now have a tab when you go into LGFA or LGFA PSN, and at the top right below the leagues, where it says your standings and news, we have a tab now that says calendar. No more of the every season post of saying season 11 off season, season 11 season timeline. Right here in the calendar is where everything's going to be posted as to what to expect and what's going on. Some important dates for the Xbox side. Owners are going to be finalized May 28th, and bidding will be the week after on June 4th. We're going to do the same thing as last year. We're going to have a preseason cup and go into the regular season, just like we did with last season. PSN bidding is starting this Sunday at 8 o'clock Philly, I believe.
8 p.m. Eastern.
8 p.m. Eastern. And I believe we're going to do what's it called? A preseason cup again as well?
Yes, there will be a preseason something.
Preseason something. Okay. We actually have the award made for that too. So preseason isn't for nothing. You actually can win yourself a nice little sticker if that's what's turns you on, I guess, as a virtual gamer.
I do have one last question for you, Chris.
Okay.
To know if we can get show up by names in the chat box like the NHL has.
What's that? Show up by names?
When you win a trophy in the NHL, it shows up by your name in the chat box.
We could do that.
Yeah. I just starting this season we will. When we have we won't do the Open Cup, but definitely the league winner, whoever wins the playoffs. I can agree to do that. Yeah, absolutely.
Stuff like that.
What's that? Repeat again. You're kind of a little choppy.
You said golden boot.
Like,
oh, golden boot. That's a bit. I don't believe they do that in hockey. Do they?
I'm not sure that they do. I didn't get it when I won
MVP.
one trophy.
I've only seen the Stanley Cup. That's all I've ever seen. I spend quite a fair amount of time on the site doing a lot of things. So I
have no life.
Well, speak for yourself.
Belong to you.
So.
Do you know who my dad is?
Oh my God, that's really scary. Philly, any other things? Any other questions?
No, I'm just really looking forward to having a great season here in LGFA.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I kind of wish I was playing in the PSN. Looks like everything's going pretty well, and I'm excited to see that do well. So it'd be nice to have two Xbox and PSN LGFAs running at high speed and doing good things, coexisting, I guess is the way to put it. Anybody else with some? What?
We need to get the coexist bumper stickers for LGFA.
Please.
Oh my God! Please.
Can we get them in the shout box?
What's that? What do we get? What, a coexist sticker in the shout box?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh Jesus! Only Jake, because it more relates to him. The meaning of coexist.
Oh wow! Actually, that's a religion thing, Chris. Why you got to go there?
That's a personal attack. Ban me.
LG Code of Conduct. I will see you in LG Court, sir.
LG Court, held by Tristan Hodge. All right. So, any other closing comments, guys, before we end this show off?
Tell your friends. LeagueGaming.com.
Yep. Yeah,
Please.
One of the things I noticed too, that actually reminds me of something, Josh. You can only play 2 games. Who cares? Sign up, play 2 games. What's it?
Sign up late. You'd be perfect for a TC player.
Yeah, or that. Any kind of players is good. You can play 2 games. Even if you can play 1 game, if that's really your turn on. But make sure you tell the people that are going to pick you up that you can play 1 game. Any kind of activity on the website's good, and we want to see this community continue to grow. Whether it's 2 game or all game availabilities, don't matter. Come and play. We'd love to have you. Anything else, guys, before we close this out?
Go Sens go, even though they probably won't win the cup.
They do.
Yep. So does the Swedish Christ, Erik Karlsson, but it's not looking great right now.
Okay, well, I'm going to close it out there, being we're talking about hockey now. So, all right. Would like to thank you all for watching. Dunks, Philly fan.
Shen!
I knew it. You didn't give me enough time. I'll get it, man. I swear I will.
I can't believe you can't get it. Like, that's one of the players that plays for the Flyers, Braden Shen.
I know. Well, he's kind of. I know.
You can just call me the Brit if need be, anyway.
The Brit.
The Brit.
That's such a fucking American thing. I'm not going to stoop to that level. I'm not going to be the retard that goes, "Oh, it's the Brit."
It reminds me of Krusty
I'm
Vage.
used to it after years playing on consoles.
I'm going to learn your fucking name and not be an asshole. Unlike Philly fan.
By his gamer tag, which is Torres.
All right. Close the show out here, guys. Thank you all for watching, guys. Thanks for being a part of the show. Look forward to having you join us next season. Of course, as always, doors open for all of us. Any questions, feel free to ask. And thank you all for watching, and everyone have a good season.
Bye.